Hi, this is Chloe, and today I'm going to be unboxing the Magdalene Legacy Tarot, The Lost Keys of the Madonna by Casey Duhamel and illustrated by Deborah L. Shutek-Jackson. This is a goddess-inspired deck looking at the sacred feminine, and it came with this envelope, so let's have a look inside here. And it says that the deck offers an interactive experience. This is 323 of 500. And there's a little typo in the book. There are some links to website that you could go to for extra information about the deck, and it says that there's a numerical puzzle in the pips, and yeah, it sounds very interesting. Let's have a look inside. So we have a book which has very small writing, so there's plenty of information in here. It gives a grayscale scan of each of the cards, the twos, the aces, and there's the trumps are at the back. In total we have 180 odd pages. Oops, some sample spreads, the Cross of Lorraine, 13th Apostle spread, and that's about it. Some bibliography. Here's the table of contents, and yep. If we have a look for each card, well, here for the sevens it gives you some information about Kabbalistic correspondences, keywords, colours, gemstones, astrology, numerology, ethereal essence, mundane essence, and then for each of the cards a little interpretation and divinatory meaning. As I say, then the scan talk about general for the eights and for each of the cards. So that's kind of the information we have. Then we have the King of Quills, and each royal family is a particular family associated with the story of the Madonna. There's historical information about the people that are given here. So that's what we have here. Court of Quills. Okay, with some information around how these fit into the Wheel of the Year and astrology, and then the majors with little scales, grayscale scans of each. So, moving on to the cards themselves. These don't have the corners rounded. That will be something that I'll do because I don't really like shuffling cards that don't. They come in 2 stacks. Let's have a quick look through. Very vibrant colours, bright blues and reds here in the Ace of Cups. And we have keywords, both upright and reversed, which is an interesting touch. 3 of Cups, creation or conclusion. 4 of Cups, fruition or fragment. Oh yes, so that's a little bit weird that the Roman numerals aren't in the normal style. That should be IV normally. Regret and recovery for the 5 of Cups. Doubt and determine for the 6 of Cups. So these really are basic pip cards, but then they do have the keywords also. and with the same image in the background for each. Oh, slightly changed here, okay. In the 10 we have harmony, that has echoes of the Rider-Waite, even though this does specifically say that it isn't based on the esoteric meanings of the Golden Dawn, it's taken from earlier symbolism. So the King of Cups, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, he looks rather old for a knight, but hey. And the Page, he looks like he's pouring water on himself because he's burning. Interesting. The Ace of Discs, 2 of Discs with yin and yang, craftsmanship and coarseness for the 3 of Discs, possessions and poverty. So there's definitely links nevertheless with Golden Dawn meanings of these, and it will be very easy to use this deck with reversals and to just read using the keywords. So 8 of Pentacles, distribute or deny. 9 is security and shaky. Jackpot and jinx. Then we have the King of Discs, the Queen of Discs, with a photo of or a picture of the Magdalene beneath her feet, by the looks of it. The Knight of Discs, he looks very stodgy, and the Knave of Discs. Moving on to the staffs. Cooperate and condemn for the 2. Success and stagnation for the 3, which is unusual. Marriage or malcontent for the 4. And here the backgrounds vary quite a bit more. We have this sort of flower border in all of them so far. Fickle or faithful for the 6 of Wands. Staffs, control and chaos, action and aversion for the 8. 9 is readiness and reluctance, and 10 is brilliant or bumbling. They're quite, what do you call it, modern words taken here, despite the link to older ideas that the deck states it holds. So here's the family, the King of Staffs, the Queen of Staffs, the Knight, and the Knave. And clearly we also have borders that represent which suit it is. That'll be easy to see at a glance. The Ace of Quills, which I take to be swords. 2 is conflict or cohesion. Discord or dulcet for the 3. Somewhat different to the heartbreak that we normally see in the 3 of Swords. Danger or defense for the 4, very different to the normal 4. Remorse or remote. Addiction and achieve. Dismay and delight. Justice or jaded for the 8 of Swords. So definitely very different meanings here. Envy and elan, ruin and reprieve. And oh my, that looks like King of Quills. Looks kind of like the current Prince Charles. Oh yes, it must be, because there we have Diana. And on a unicorn. I'm guessing that's one of their kids. And then yes, the younger. Both at different ages to what they are now. Then we move into the majors. So we have the Magician, High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, looks like the Christ, and the Hierophant. So altogether these definitely are very different, very colourful. It will be interesting to read up more about the choices that have been made here, but the keywords do make it quite simple to read straight out of the box. That's quite a bizarre image with a dancing bear atop a steering wheel for a pirate ship by the looks of it. Strength is at 11. The Hanged Man, Death on the Cross, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon with a Black Madonna, the Sun, Judgment, and then we have the Fool and the World. The mages are also colour-coded, which I don't know which system that follows exactly. I'd have to have a look at that in more detail to figure it out. Yes, not the system that I'm used to. And yes, as I say, the corners aren't rounded, which for me is pretty much a must, otherwise I find them very hard to shuffle. We have a fully reversible back with this flower pattern on it. And yeah, it is a very thick stack, which I'm not too keen on. The cards are a little bit too thick for my tastes. And added into the corners, that makes it extremely difficult to shuffle. Actually, in a hand over hand, they do have quite a smooth feel to them. So the cardstock itself is quite nice, it's just that it is very thick and there are a lot of cards. And they are also kind of Marseille style, extra long. So yeah, riffling's just not happening. Hand over hand works quite well. They are sharp and pointy. Yes, I'm not hugely keen in that regard, I have to say. And you can see from the side which kind of card you're coming up with. You can sort of see the colours of the colour-coded sides, which, you know, may not bother you, and for the moment they're clearly not shuffled very well, so they're not mixed up much. So, that is the Magdalene Legacy Tarot. It will be interesting to see what it reads like, and to read more about the actual history behind it. Blessed be.